Ernie not only made sure Paycheck got his double, triple hamburgers and kept his bus driver in line, he also guided him to the biggest moment of his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, please, the fabulous Johnny Paycheck.
Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more.
I mean, that was a classic. That's his signature song. It went to #1, and the unemployment rate skyrocketed.
You better not try to stand in my way.
It was all of a sudden, that's all you heard. It was like jingle bells.
Take this job and shove it.
It was the battle cry of all the working people. John became the working class hero because that was their slogan.
The governor of West Virginia decided to bring Johnny Paycheck in to support the miners.
It is blood that has made Harlan County famous. Blood spilled in some of the most violent labor disputes in this country's history.
People in these mountains have guns, and violence on a picket line is not unusual. As the strike dragged on for more than a year, 2 miners were shot, 1 man was killed.
So they brought in basically an army of state troopers, and the state troopers lined up and put a wall between them. And they said, if you come across the line, we're arresting all of you, and you're all going to jail, or we'll shoot it out with you. And it was really tense. And all of a sudden, right out in the middle of the road, Paycheck walked out there with a guitar. And he goes,
Take this job and shove it.
and the crowd just explodes. I mean, the coal miners just go insane.
He was their hero. John spoke what they couldn't speak. He was the reason why they got the contract signed and the Scabbards went home. That was the only time I ever seen Paycheck cry. Damn.
For Johnny, the success of Take This Job and Shove It had its highs and its highs.
And the next thing I knew, he was just a total cokehead.
He was sucking a lot of powder, a lot of it.
We were driving down the road and the bus, and he'd run out of cocaine. So he gets on the radio. He said, "Hey, out there, breaker, breaker." He said, "This is Johnny Paycheck. I want some cocaine and don't care what it costs." So here a couple of truckers were going down the road. We ended up going into a rest area.
These guys brought it back and handed it to him and said, "Here's your cocaine, man."
The cocaine they had, I wouldn't give it to a dog.
He said, "Boy, that's some good stuff." And he spent, I know for a fact, $16 million up his nose. He'd just sit there. There's nothing worse than a hillbilly with a hit record.
Some parts of Paycheck were not bigger than country music.
He did like to be naked, and why, if you'd see him, you'd wonder why.
So small, he should have been ashamed of himself.
I never heard anything about his teeny weeny peeny because I don't want him talking about my teeny weeny peeny. So I say, shit.